Hear the stories behind the most interesting tech, told by the people who created it. And keep watching for a chance to win a bundle of Sony hardware.
My name is Barry Mead. I'm a co-founder and director of Fireproof Studios, and we make video games, primarily for mobile devices. We all met when we worked for EA here in Guildford 5 or 6 years ago. Late 2008, early 2009, we left to form Fireproof Studios. The puzzles themselves were just developed as we created them. I mean, like I said, we didn't know what the end result was going to look like. We just started off. We would play it for a bit, see what it was like. If it didn't feel good, we would change it. And that's kind of the way we believe software and games should be made, is that it should be, everything should be tested in the software, and then you make your decisions and your designs based on how it feels. Is it hitting what you wanted it to hit? Does it feel how you want it to feel? That's pretty much it. We just made it up as we went along. We made it up every day. And 7 months later, we had a finished product. I think our natural inclination was to make the game a bit creepy. We didn't want it to be bland, for one thing. We didn't want it to be just a puzzle game. As gamers ourselves, we're big fans of games that envelop the player and immerse the player in a world, and so we wanted to do that. We wanted the game to have that kind of impact where you felt you were slightly transported by playing the game. And I think, like, we remember this old game, Zenbound, which was had some very similar techniques and gameplay to the room, where you were manipulating a 3D object, a beautiful looking 3D object on a touchscreen. You know, we didn't want to make a console game on mobile, right, which was a very common mistake, especially for people coming from the PC and console background like we did. Our take on it was that we always had to make something that made the platform sing. So that means you design something specifically for what that particular hardware does very well. And the problem with a lot of video games, when they start putting in virtual D-pads or they start asking too much of the player, thinking that the players are able to control it as if they had a control pad from a PlayStation or something. That was just a big mistake, and lots of developers made that mistake, and we just didn't want to do that. Mobile has been in transition ever since it launched, right? You ask any video gamer and they'll say they don't know what's going to happen in mobile in the next 2 years. The actual devices themselves, just the bare bones phones that people are buying and the tablets that people are buying, are getting increasingly powerful. I mean, almost ridiculously powerful at this stage. And as games makers, we're not really using that power at all because of the diffuse nature of the market. It's still all to play for on mobile, I think. I don't think as games makers we're anywhere near knowing what a good mobile game is yet. And lots of people are trying, but a lot of people aren't trying. A lot of people are are basically just making the same game over and over, and I would say that's about 80% of the industry, and I think that's what needs to change, is that people need to set their sights a little higher, start looking at the horizons, look at the possibilities of the devices, and stop thinking about what's gone before and what's worked. Right now, Fireproof are making the Room 3, which will be our biggest and longest and most expensive room game yet. And that's looking fab. We hope to have that out around springtime 2015. Our game, The Room, has sold millions of copies, and we've never once spent money on PR or marketing. That was utterly impossible before mobile came along, and the only reason we're able to do that is because we can sell direct to the user through the digital marketplace. All of these things are major shifts, and this is why I say it's still in transition. It's not because we haven't had years using mobile. We have. But the fact is that the shift that mobile caused was so fundamental that we're still reeling from that. We still don't know where that's going to go yet.
With tablet gaming proving more popular than ever, it is essential to have the freedom to play on the move. And a tablet with an outstanding HD screen that's powerful enough to handle fast-paced, high-resolution graphics is crucial to a smooth, portable gaming experience. With its incredibly lightweight and razor-thin design, the Xperia Z3 Tablet Compact is certainly geared up for gaming. And thanks to Sony's Remote Play feature, it acts as a display for your PS4, so you can continue the gaming in the bath, on the sofa, or even in bed. Just grab your DualShock 4 controller. With next-level entertainment at your fingertips, getting immersed in your favourite games has never been so much fun.